So we have some more VTuber drama, and would you believe it's coming from Niji Sanji? Which is probably not a surprise to many. I think at this point, at least in the Western community, Niji Sanji is considered a black company. You had the Astor Arcadia situation, the Selen Tatsuki situation, which I think what happened with Selen pretty much destroyed the reputation of Niji Sanji with the EN side of things, which ties into this current story. A Niji Sanji EN member named Twisty Amanozako was caught saying some pretty racist and disparaging things about multiple groups, and the video is pretty crazy, definitely filled with a lot of vitriol. And for me, I haven't been watching Niji Sanji pretty much at all since graduations by Pomu and Selen and everything. I had no idea who this was until this news came out. But there was a 7-minute long video uploaded to YouTube, which was a recording of, I guess, some Discord call with her and a few friends, where she was saying all of these hateful things, and it actually looks like it's been taken down. When I tried to reach it, it says this video has been removed for violating YouTube's terms of service. But luckily, there are some people who already reacted to the video, so I'm just going to watch one of their POVs.
With who is now holding a grudge against her and is releasing this kind of videos. But yeah, let's see.
Talking to Epic for like an entire 2 hours. What's not that bad enough? Well, talking to an Indian Okay.
Okay, so there's the first bit of racism in about 22 seconds. Obviously, Twisty is in the green, by the way.
Oh, I hate Epic and I hate his kind, so. Ever since.
She said, I hate Epic and I hate his kind. Wow, this is actually insane. Now that's the kind of rhetoric I would expect to see on Twitter, not hear from a corpo VTuber. But let's keep on listening to the clip.
Obviously referring to this guy, which, I mean, again, 30 seconds in.
Because he stopped sending stuff. Like money or what? No, like, coin.
By the way, I don't think that's something that should be glossed over. I guess this guy was sending corn to his favorite VTuber here. Seems like a level of interaction that a talent should probably not be having with one of her fans. But knowing how these things tend to go, if I had to guess, he's probably allowed to do this because he's shelling out when it comes to money, donations, super chats, things like that.
Bear or Epic? I don't remember seeing him named Epic, but I probably have called it. I've definitely called him a creep, but I don't know how recent. Like, I definitely haven't spoken to him once. I think Epic is like attached to my She model. I think so too. Cause it was like, I think he's a pedophile and an Indian.
I cannot wait to meet him IRL.
Yeah, this is actually just crazy. She really said, I think he's a PDF file and an Indian. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like one of those things shouldn't be considered an insult. He's a PDF file and he's an Indian, and those are both supposed to be like equally terrible things. This is like competitive racism coming out of a VTuber in Niji Sanji, man. What is going on?
Should have like a little meet and greet.
He's really like she. Is Epic living? Yeah, why? I swear to God, if he shows up to my meet and greet, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not even kidding.
Wait, why? Why?
Okay, I'm sure he's not gonna go, maybe. I don't know.
Again, all of this is over a fan, by the way.
I don't know how far it is from him, but I feel like solely to piss me off, that is something he would do.
And Kazuhana is right. It is pretty crazy that they're talking about a fan like this. I mean, obviously, the guy seems kind of weird. I guess he was sending some corn to the other girl whose name was in blue. Very clearly a parasocial, but I think that it's up to the VTubers and maybe management, I don't know, to kind of set those boundaries. You can't do those kinds of things. But it seems like they're taking the route instead of pretend to be nice to the guy and like him so that you can siphon as much money out of him as possible and then turn around and absolutely destroy him in these private calls, with Twisty literally saying she would self-delete if she actually had to meet him at a meet and greet. Definitely not a good day to be this particular fan, Epic.
Then I can meet him there? It'll be perfect.
No. I suggest not meeting him. I don't know.
Bond over our mutual obsession.
Oh my. You can tell who he is because the stench of brown will just be all over the place.
Again, another bit of racism now.
It'll just smell like fucking curry and you'll know it's him.
Oh god, wow.
I mean, is this not crazy? I just keep thinking to myself, how did she make it past the whole screening process and selection to get into Niji Sanji? Like, legitimately, he'll smell like brown, like curry, and then you'll know it's him. And I'm not trying to act like I haven't said crazy things in Discord calls with the boys, but it really does feel like this is coming from the soul rather than being a joke. I mean, I think we can all tell the difference, right? Kind of like when you make sus jokes with your boys, but you know you're not actually leaning that way. This chick seems like everything that's coming out of her mouth is with 100% vitriol and just hatred in her heart, man.
I don't think
this is bad.
Though. Really? I put this message in. People like Epic and Bear should honestly die. Epic is literally just a fucking parasocial creep who's trying to flirt with VTubers because he cannot have sex IRL.
Yeah, I don't know who Epic or Bear are, but I think they've probably seen this video by now and they're not having a very good day. I mean, I get that there are going to be people who are playing a character more than being genuine and some people who are more genuine than playing a character, but is it not more than a little bit crazy to wish death on your fans? And if you really despise the parasocial activity that they're doing that much, then maybe you would block them and stop talking to them, but they're probably not going to do that because if I had to guess, these guys are pay pigs and they like the money that's coming in, so they're going to continue communicating with them despite the issues with these fans that they seem to have, or at least Twisty in particular because the other one is not wishing death on them. But I guess I shouldn't really be surprised because as you guys can hear in the background, these people are playing League of Legends and we know what that community is all about. I feel like to really get on that game and start playing it, you have to be in a bad spot in life. So that definitely explains some things here. But let's continue on, see what else she has to say.
I don't know. He's obsessed with streamers. I don't know, I think he's just lonely.
This sounds like League, by the way.
No,
in the
he's a
background.
fucking loser. He's a manipulative loser. Just who doesn't even send you money, so you should drop him.
Oh, he doesn't send you money? Well, I guess he's absolutely worthless then. I guess, you know, just drop him. I mean, dude, the optics for this are so horrible, it's insane. Like, if there was a video that was how to, in one shot, destroy your chances of ever being a Corpo VTuber again, it would be this. Blatant racism, saying that some of your fans should just die, calling out how those fans are useless and should be dropped if they're not sending enough money. I think that anybody who despises VTubers and thinks of them as just being people who prey on lonely dudes has pretty much just been vindicated here with this video.
He's like Olio. He told me his brother died. Who cares? What is your meet and greet with?
He said his brother died. Twister responds with, "Who cares?" What a wonderful ray of sunshine, man. Not, okay, his brother died, but that doesn't excuse all the things that he's doing, like the parasocial stuff. No, just straight up, who cares? I don't care about that. Bro must have missed a few too many red super chats. He's gonna have to catch up on those before Twisty can pretend to care about any of his misfortunes.
Did you get her free tickets as a birthday present?
I don't even get to get myself tickets.
Why not?
Because my company hates me.
Ah.
I feel like you overlooked that after a while. How's my goal? Wife, the new
I can't lie, the image of the fan coming in when that noise starts is just funny.
fucking Brave group wave is so bad. I'm actually like shocked. I don't know how the fuck they got in because genuinely, it's like the worst I've ever seen.
So for anybody who doesn't know, Brave Group is a company that owns VSPO. I think they own some other VTuber groups, but VSPO, which is like the gamer VTubers, they have Hinano, Kamito, and other VTubers who are skilled at competitive games in that group. So people who play Apex Legends, Valorant, I think League of Legends might be one of the titles. If they're really good and high elo in those games, then they get into VSPO. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what group she's talking about, maybe, maybe not, but somebody from Brave Group, she thinks that she should have gotten in over them and has some not nice things to say about them.
Like, the one girl, she literally, I need to send you her videos. I'm not even being mean, wife. Like, I'm genuinely, like, shocked and kind of pissed off. I don't even get a fucking call back, and this girl, who literally, the worst I've ever seen. I'm not kidding. Like, it's bad. Trans rights in her Twitter bio, but I feel like should be a red flag for any VTuber company if you're talking about that stuff publicly. And
well, it looks like Twisty finally said something that I can agree with. It's definitely a red flag for a corpo if you have somebody that's leaning too much into politics. Unfortunately for Twisty Yamanazako here, there's something else that's a red flag, or you could say multiple red flags, and that would be hating your fans, saying they should die, viewing them only as pay pigs, and being incredibly racist. That doesn't seem like a very friendly corpo VTuber thing.
she doesn't really stream, but she uploaded some YouTube videos. And there's like really terrible.
I mean, that's kind of rich coming from Twisty here. Obviously, you know, 2 weeks ago, 5 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago. Bro never streams either, but okay.
Are they like,
Obviously, this
like
might have been an older video, though.
No, Braver. Oh. I think she is for the new wave that's gonna debut soon. I don't know, maybe they saw something in them. I don't know what the fuck they would see in her. Like, they must be blind.
Like, why is she hating so hard, bro? I don't know what they would see in her. Like, they must be blind. Like, this person has an opportunity in Niji Sanji, and you're not really taking advantage of that to actually become bigger. I guess maybe people don't like her because they kind of get a vibe that there's something wrong with her. I guess that's been vindicated now. And I don't know how old this clip is, but obviously she doesn't really stream much at all. So I'm just thinking maybe focus on growing your own brand rather than trying to tear somebody else down. But I guess that was a really hard thing for Cinder to do. Seems like a trend in the VTuber space. A lot of jealousy and anger towards other people who are doing better than you. Definitely a really toxic mindset, and I don't really think that it helps anybody out.
I don't know, it's objective, I guess.
No, like objectively, it's really bad, wife. Like, I will send you it and you'll understand. Like, it is just very bad.
This is
Okay, that's why
awful.
it's because the company, like, they really want to make money, right? So they're looking for people that can do the lewd ASMR.
I don't even think this girl can do lewd ASMR. Or do you mean like the one you're talking about?
Oh, no, I'm just talking about the CEO person.
Oh yeah.
Lewd ASMR. How about she is, like, cute in her own way?
She's not cute in her own way, wife. I'm not kidding. Like, I could not get through this. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's shocked. I cannot believe that she was hired. Like, I'm not even, like, just being mean because I'm transphobic.
No,
Like,
part of it's that.
no, it's not. You watched the video.
I know.
I can't.
Jesus.
I think it's cute, wife.
Twisty continues to rant about Niji Sanji, her VTuber model, her fans, and men in general.
They're so,
Okay,
it doesn't
this
make
is
sense
the
because the upper,
sexism.
like, half of my body is so compact and then you just have the longest fucking legs on the planet. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
He kind of.
So now she's cooking the art for her model. Kind of feeling bad for whoever it was that drew that model. Obviously, she is just talking crap on it. It would seem that Twisty Amanazaku here wanted a full lolly model. And I don't know, maybe because they thought that audiences wouldn't like that kind of thing. Whatever it is, she wasn't provided with that. So she's disparaging the model completely.
I look like me. Because I have, like, a.
On your
Remember,
shoe
like,
model?
the raccoon wanted me to have, like.
Oh yeah, I wanted to have long,
legs?
sexy legs.
Yeah, but I think I like you.
It's literally only because their audience are all fucking Twitter trannies and they don't want to piss them off, which is fucking weird because none of those people watch me anyways. So why should I care about, like, them being pissed off?
Once again, doesn't really have the best things to say about the Niji Sanji audience, despite being a member of the organization. I mean, does it only get worse for Niji Sanji? The goodwill was really destroyed with everything that happened in the Selen situation. So now if there's any new EN generations, they're really not popping off and getting a really good reception. On the Hololive side, I mean, they debut, they get like an instant 100,000 subscribers, tens of thousands of people in those debut streams. They're doing really well every time, but that is not the case for Niji Sanji. I feel like the organization has really just lost the West at this point, which, you know, is kind of sad to see. I mean, it feels like things could have just gone better with a little bit better management.
Like, it's so
Why
stupid.
should they care about you being pissed off?
Then why'd they hire me?
For fun?
Like, maybe they could have looked into the future and, like, realized that the girl who talked about wanting to be a lolly wanted to be a lolly. I don't know. And that just kind of seems weird to me.
I feel like it's pretty obvious that they knew that, based on what they were talking to you about.
Okay, no, it's because they want
they
to
just-
hire you, right? But then they're like, okay,
They just
well,
fucking
we
lied to me
can't
pretty
do
much.
it.
They literally just lied to me.
No, it's because they wanted to hire you.
Yeah, so they lied.
Okay, well, it's fine. You can get a lolly model next time.
They're never gonna give me a fucking lolly model. Like, it makes me so mad. And everybody wonders why I don't want to stream. Like, my fans are fucking retarded. And they're upset that
Wow.
I mean, there's just no coming back from this one, man. We started at racism. We started at talking about how a few specific fans should self-delete. Then we were talking trash about people from a different organization making it in and how they didn't deserve it. Mind you, all of this is while playing League of Legends. Then we moved on to disparaging her VTuber model. Definitely not going to make the artist who made this model very happy about that. And now we have gone to saying that the fans are mentally challenged.
Like,
spam
fans,
collabs all
it's
day.
crazy.
Have you ever considered it's because none of you, like, send me any money at all? Like, it's just crazy to me.
The fans aren't sending enough money. Are they mentally challenged? How could they not know that that's the reason I'm not streaming? I mean, this girl was talking about how some other person made it into Brave Group. I'm wondering how she made it into Niji Sanji. I guess they really don't have requirements anymore. Like any kind of personality test, screening. They're just like letting anybody through.
They don't understand, like, the connection. And I mean, I can't blame them because we're all, like, underage kids and that's Niji Sanji's fan base, but why do you want to pander to those people? Give us ugly fucking models that they pay nothing for. Take all of our income. Like,
Weird.
so sick of pronouns. I'm so
Sounds like she's very grateful to be a member of Niji Sanji. So obviously after getting exposed right here, she came out with an apology, and I'll just go ahead and read it real quick. This is her private life or personal life account, and the post says, "This is something I've been reflecting on long before today. I know not everyone will agree with my decision to post this, but I feel like my fans and the people hurt by my words deserve clarity and an apology." Now unfortunately no Google Docie this time. It could have been one, but she decided to post it as images. So let's just read this real quick. "A recording from me from almost a year ago was leaked, and I want to address that to the best of my ability today. What I said was hateful, cruel, and insanely inappropriate, racist, transphobic, and honestly just straight up mean. I don't want to try to make excuses. Regardless of what I was angry about or dealing with, those words were wrong, and I want to fully own up to it. That conversation came from a place of protectiveness and frustration over how someone close to me was being treated, but regardless, that doesn't excuse the language I used, and I am sorry that my anger boiled over into something so ugly and so hurtful to many." Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. The criticisms of Indians and those two fans, Epic and Bear, seem to be pretty genuine. You know, it looks like they came from the soul. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Also, I know that there will be some people that'll say that entire Unhinged rant was actually based, so I'd like to add in the last thing that she said because I believe Kazuhana paused it right before the end of the video.
Why are all men just men?
I don't know.
Like, they're literally all the same. Bear has a fucking mental breakdown because he thinks that we're actually dating or something. And he messages me and spams me non-stop because he can't understand.
Okay, guys are I'm gonna put
Yeah, men are fucking mentally ill and I think they should all die, honestly.
And that's the actual end of the clip. Now obviously this isn't really an acceptable corpo VTuber thing to say, right? Your entire thing is supposed to be playing this cutesy character, maybe it's a persona. I mean, most people would hope that it's adjacent to your real personality, and being nice and being an entertainer, you know, sunshine and rainbows. That's what you get from a lot of VTubers. The audience is going to be men, because of course it is. The character models are cute girls, and usually they're playing video games and they tend to be interested in anime. There's not really that many girls in the grand scheme of things that are into that stuff. So to have an audience that is more male than a lot of IRL Twitch streamers, and then to say that men are all mentally ill and they should all self-delete, definitely not very nice, definitely something that a corpo VTuber should never be saying. And once again, I asked myself, how did she get into Niji Sanji in the first place? But I guess they just don't have much of a vetting system over there. So I guess what I would say is, before anybody tries to say based because she hates on Indians, just understand that if your gender is male, she hates you too. Back to the apology letter though. To me, words were always just words. There was never any deeper meaning to anything. I felt that if you had the ability to speak, why not say whatever you want? I never really questioned the thoughts nor beliefs I grew up with until very recently. I've luckily been able to meet some kind-hearted and wonderful people that pushed, supported, and urged me to become better and grow as a person. I started to realize how much power words carry. They are able to hurt people, inflict and reinforce harm, and even make people feel unsafe, even if I didn't mean it that way. I feel that over the past few months I have come to understand that being careless doesn't mean my actions are not harmful. To me, growth is about unlearning things, listening and actually thinking before I speak, and learning how to take responsibility for my actions. After getting these new friends who were able to correct and educate me on all of these things I had done wrong, I realized that words are not just words, and they can hold meanings that are able to affect the lives of others. I've had a lot of time to reflect on how I speak and how I treat people, and I fully intend to be better. So basically in this post she's saying that she's not the same person that said all of those things in the video, and obviously people from the communities that she insulted, I guess, are not really accepting this apology. As someone who lives in America, even in just 2025 alone, I've witnessed many injustices towards marginalized communities, things that I cannot unsee or ignore. Growing up, I was surrounded by certain attitudes and beliefs that I never questioned. I took them as normal, even though they were rooted in ignorance and bias. When my mom found out I didn't vote for the hateful and oppressive president she supported, she nearly disowned me. So here we're clearly getting into some virtue signaling. It's very obvious that she's talking about Donald Trump, which is funny because if I looked into all of the articles that have been written on Donald Trump by media outlets trying to paint him as the most racist person alive, and I collected what he's actually said verbatim, it is probably less racist than what Twisty Amanozako said in that one Discord call. She also says later in the letter that she doesn't believe any of the things that she said in the call, and that she doesn't actually hold any of those views, and that she's not trying to pander to the people who think that she was based for some of the disparaging and pretty pretty nasty things that she said. She also says that she doesn't hate her fans, and she definitely does not want them to self-delete themselves. So the whole post is a mouthful. I will link it in the description below for anybody who wants to read the entire thing. The reception was mixed. There were people not accepting the apology. There were people saying she shouldn't have apologized. There were also some really stupid and confusing takes where people were saying, oh man, she should join HoloLive or FaZe Connect. Yeah, the person who looks at fans as pay pigs, hates men, says they should all off themselves, and is a higher elo racist than a lot of Twitter users. Seems like she would be a perfect fit for a new English generation of HoloLive. She would fit like a glove. I mean, I know it's Twitter, but some people are just too stupid on here, man. I don't think she would be an interesting prospect for HoloLive. I don't think she would be an interesting prospect for FaZe Connect. Obviously, it doesn't seem like she has much longer in Niji Sanji, given that she posted this apology on her private life. But yeah, just more crazy stuff going on in the VTuber space. Once again, this was literally my introduction to this VTuber. It really just never gets any better for Niji Sanji, does it? But let me know what you guys think. Do you think the apology was genuine? Do you think she's going to try to make it as an indie? I know there are some people saying that they'll support her because she's based, but I don't know if she wants to go try to build a community on the whole racist grift. And obviously she wasn't really big enough to support herself very well while she was in Niji Sanji, so I'm not really sure what she's going to do from here, but I don't expect any agencies to be looking her way in terms of picking her up. That's all I have for this video though. I guess if there's any updates on the situation, I may cover that. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Helps me make more videos and helps me a lot on the algorithm. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.